I think our next speaker is going to help highlight even more so that all-encompassing aspect of what Crohn's and colitis can do. Our next speaker is Brenda McAlpine. She's our patient representative who's going to provide her perspective on what life with Crohn's might be. Brenda got involved with Crohn's and Colitis Canada about 18 years ago when she was first diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and since then she's had a variety of roles, primarily within the Peel chapter at Crohn's and Colitis Canada. The growth and progress made in IBD treatment that she's seen in those 18 years has kept her hopeful for what the future holds, and she also uses her background in human resources to work on projects with various clients. So here to share her perspective on life with Crohn's disease, welcome Brenda McAlpine.
Good evening, thank you. I first heard the word Crohn's when I was hospitalized at about 8 months pregnant with my second child. I happened to need a feeding tube because I had lost about 40 pounds while I was pregnant. Even though I was obviously a bit sick, I had enough energy to tell the GI that he was wrong, and as soon as I gave birth, I would be back to normal. Since I'm here tonight, we all know how that turned out. I don't need to tell this group what Crohn's is. I can tell you what it is not. It's not being at home with my 3-year-old because I was in the hospital for a month while I was waiting for my second child to be born. It's not being able to look after my newborn on my own. It's not having the grandparents doing grandparent stuff because they needed to revert back to being parents of their daughter again and looking after her on a hands-on basis. It's not being able to do a large list of things with my kids, like going to parks or outings with other mums and kids because either I couldn't get off the couch or, if I could, there wasn't a washroom nearby. It's not being myself because of how some of the medications affected me. It's not the health part of in sickness and in health, but that impact that it has on a relationship. I sometimes hesitate to tell all the parts of my story. The roller coaster ride of ups and downs, the time spent in tests and doctor's offices and waiting rooms, the long list of medications that I've tried, oh yeah, and a couple of surgeries thrown in. It's still a complicated chronic illness, but I want newly diagnosed people to know that today there are options that are better than 18 years ago. I want them to know about the progress that we've made without burying them in the fear they might hear from all of my experiences. I have thought about retiring, air quotes there for you online, from volunteering with Crohn's and colitis. I'm in a decent place, my remission's pretty good. I've made peace with my modified body parts, partly because of where I'm at in my life. I'm not a teenager meeting new people or dating or trying to get through college or university or landing my first job. But when I called the CCFC, as was known then, so long ago, looking for that secret pill that I was pretty sure they had to give me the cure, I started to meet other people with IBD or their family members that were supporting someone with IBD. And I really can't put into words what I gained from that time and from the knowledge and support of those people I've met. It's helped me with my perspective. It's helped me how to best advocate for myself in the medical system and given me a safe environment to talk about fun things like bloody diarrhea and fistulas. In preparing for tonight, I was recalling a number of the things that have happened over that time and how I've arrived at today. I do wonder at times what impact my illness had on my children when they were young. When I ask them if they remember this or that, they usually say, yeah, no. I do think they're compassionate people and that they understand that we all need to help at different times and that sometimes we need help and it's okay to ask for it. You know, I think they get that when you're handing out juice boxes at the Gutsy Walk, you are making a difference because you're a part of a group of people that are committed to making changes for better in the lives of those with IBD. Cheesy? Maybe, but very, very true. So I will continue to offer my services. I want others to find ways to fill up their toolkit with all the tools that I've added to mine over the years and to know it's okay to use them. I want others to know that it's more than okay to talk about IBD and how it affects you. I want others to know that you actually won't die of embarrassment. Life is messy sometimes. The people around you just want to help you. If that means you need to tell your friends that you're in need of a washroom, they won't mind. Even if you're in the middle of a golf game and you're halfway between the porta potty and the clubhouse, but you gotta go. So you would do the same for them, wouldn't you? I also want to know that when the new people walk into the meeting, and I can tell by the look in their eyes that they're about to say, our 15-year-old, our 10-year-old, our 6-year-old was just diagnosed with IBD. What do we do now? And I want to be able to say to them, come in, there are people in here that understand. Thank you.